All right, doing a fun exercise here of limited brush strokes. Got a photo of an apple. I got a linen panel here. It's just 11 by 14 that I put a wash on, a burnt sienna ultramarine blue, wiped with a paper towel, paint thinner, just, simple grids, create 4 quadrants here. On my palette, I have, just gonna put a little more red here. I got ultramarine blue, alizarin crimson, burnt sienna, cadmium red, yellow ochre, cadmium lemon, and titanium white. Off to the side here, I'm actually gonna just get a fresh line of Gamblin solvent-free gel. That gel is going to be very important for this exercise. Sometimes I do tutorials and I don't use medium, but this one's a little different because we're going to be trying to stretch out our brush strokes, and that medium is going to help. So I'm using a number 2 flat brush. Draw this in, just get some burnt sienna. Got our apple here. Can actually just start with that shadow. Trying to draw straight lines as much as I can. Not getting super detailed with the drawing. Gonna map out light and shadow, so I got shadow there, and this does not count. These aren't counted as our brush strokes, because this one we're gonna do in 25 brush strokes, and the next one we're gonna do in let's do 15, and the last one 10. So you can say that all this is shadow. So now I'm going to move actually to a number 4 flat. That's what I'll be using for pretty much I think all of it. First thing is try and get, always start with something you feel confident getting. Whether it's the light side or the dark side. Whatever you feel like you can get right, right off the bat. Like I like to do the dark first. So I get blue and yellow and some red to desaturate that. Red is really important. Saturate that green, get a little bit of my medium in there. Because a brush stroke in this exercise, a brush stroke starts once you put your brush on the canvas, and it doesn't end until you take it off the canvas. So you'll see how far I can make a brush stroke go. I don't want my paint to be watery. Let me see. Yeah, I think I can go a little darker than that. And also, if you put a mark down, you start a brush stroke and you don't like the color, the value of the stroke, stop and don't continue the stroke. That stroke won't count. See, I don't like that, so I'm dialing in the right green. I think that should be good. You can see I haven't taken never took my brush off the canvas, so that was one stroke. I'm gonna try and keep count here. I'm gonna put a piece of paper and pencil off to the side here. I've done this before and I've lost count. All right, so I got 1. Since I just got this, might as well just do That's 2. Now, I always like to block out light and shadow first. So I'm gonna go to the light side, this apple. Notice I'm mixing my color right next to my dark. So I can compare the value. Making sure, again, get a good amount of red in there to desaturate it. That looks good. And you'll notice what I just did there was I allowed this, as I was doing this light, to let it bleed in and kind of pick up on my brush the shadow green and kind of got a soft edge there. A big thing this is also going to help you with is brush pressure. Something I didn't even realize I did until like a student pointed it out to me. Like, you know, how it really matters, you know, like if you're pressing down hard like that, or if you're just like lightly going across, and a lot of times you can lightly go across and you can get some good effects and just kind of like let the paint blend together. Now, some good pink reflected light happening right there. So what I like to do sometimes is just get the, since that's the ground being reflected, like I try and figure out the ground color. So I got some white and then crimson. That's gonna be way too saturated, so you're gonna have to put a little bit of green, which is yellow and blue, to knock that back. Could probably just get some burnt sienna, which is a desaturated red. Touch of blue to cool it down. Main thing is getting the right value. That's not too bad. This is also an opportunity if you need to reshape your apple. Can. And don't worry about having to fill up the entire square with paint. It's not what this is about. But now that I got this, I like to take this color, just mix it into some of my green here. And that's gonna help me, maybe a touch of white. All right, so 1, 2, got 3 brush strokes. This is 4. Do I like that? See light pressure right there. And now I feel like I can get darker right there. So let me mix up a darker green. Blue, yellow, and a little crimson. Maybe a touch of burnt sienna. That's 4. It's the same dark in there. It's 5. coming back to this reflected light, I feel like I can soften the transition up right in there. It's 5. All right, let's add some lighter values here. I'm gonna kind of come back to this green and then make it a little bit lighter. A little white. Touch of cadmium red. It's not bad, maybe a little too bright. This exercise is going to make you think about your brush work. I feel like a lot of times students just have a lot of brush work and they don't think about what it is their brush work is communicating. Like that there, I didn't bring it all the way to the edge because I want to keep that dark to help it read as being round. So that's 6. That's 7. Now, I'm gonna get this shadow. Let's get some blue, crimson, a touch of burnt sienna, kind of like a reddish purple. It's maybe a little too dark. Light it up a bit. I'm actually going to bring it up into the apple a little bit and lose that edge. So what is that, 8? A lot communicated with just 8 strokes. Now I am going down to a number 2 brush just for this darkest shadow with like blue, burnt sienna. Right here. So what is that now? 9. And back to my number 4 brush. Gonna go a little bit lighter. Just right there. I'm wondering if that's too bright. It might be, but I think it's okay. All right, so we just had 2 more strokes. 10, 11. I'm gonna come back down to the ground. Some white, burnt sienna, touch of crimson. Push this a little lighter up front there. That's 12. I'm gonna get a little bit darker of a value here. A green on this light side, it's a little. That's actually maybe not bad. Uh, 13. 14. Now let's get that bright highlight in. So I'm gonna go there. It's 15. And not as bright. Oh, what did I do? I didn't mean to do it that much. All right, I'm gonna take that back. Breaking my rule. Didn't mean for that to be that. Didn't realize it was gonna be that big. I'm just gonna go back to that. Sorry. All right, so we're at 16. I think I need more of a transition, kind of with the pit, the apple. Picking up some of that dark that's already there. Is that 17? Whoa, I want that. $18. Come back down to the shadow. A little lighter here. 19. I got 6 more strokes. What do we want to do? I think I need to kind of fix this a bit. It's 20. Now, trying to seeing a little bit. Reflected light on that side. It's 21. Not liking that harsh transition. Two. Gonna push this a little brighter, maybe add a little yellow ochre. To this ground up here. just going to pull that right into there. Two more. What do I want to do with my last two strokes? I think I'm going to come back. Finesse that transition there. All right, one more. I don't think I need the stem, but I could just go a little bit darker. I don't like that. Just a little bit darker right down in there. All right, so 25. Now, what did I say, 15? 15 or 20 for the next one. All right, here we go. Again, this time we have only 15 brush strokes. We're gonna have to get creative here. See if we can do it. Just gonna, once again, get this drawn in. All right, that's good enough to start. Going to our number 4 flat brush. Start this again. Start with the black or shadowed side, which I've kind of lost on my palette here. I'm still gonna got to save some of these other colors. Might as well. So I'm going to try and see if I can get both this and then bring this down here. Look at that. Awesome one. Now, light side. Okay, mix this up over here. Too bright. Two. And you'll see a lot of times in portraits, I feel like it's a lot more apparent when I'm doing that, like making the brush stroke last a long time. I'm like always, I feel like I'm always doing that with my portraits. All right, so that's 2. Let me think. See, I kind of wish now that we would have done the light first, because now I have to come back here and kind of finesse that and use a stroke. So I'll keep that in mind next time. 3. Now, let's go down. To the ground again. Let's see how good. Let's see how good I am here. It's 4. Gonna push a little blue into this. Get a lot more paint. Cool it down for back here. Something I didn't do on the last one. It's 5. And let's get that shadow in. Bring that into the apple a little bit. A little soft edge right there. So you got 6. I think a little dark. There, 7. Same dark down there. It's 8. Come back down. Whoa. I want to go lighter. Just don't like that color. A little more red. I'm gonna let that lightly with my brush kind of work into that shadow right there. Might be a little too bright, but it's okay. It's at 9. lighter here. Don't want to go too light. Not going all the way to the edge. Wish I could find a way over to that other side of the apple. Maybe I can. Like that. Can I pull that off? I don't know. It's 10. All right, we got 5 more. I know. Something I learned from my last one is I think I made the highlight too bright last time, so put that there. It's 11. What do I want to do? I think coming back to this dark. It's not dark enough. Still not dark enough. Here we go. All right, that might have been a little too much. It's 12, but I can come back here. Soften that down a bit. It's 13. All right, I got 2 more. I think I could use a transition here. Something's in between these values. Yeah, like that could do it. It's 14. Wish I could have continued that stroke. This is going to be my 15. You know what? I'm going to cheat and do one more. I feel like I need to push. Some of that. All right, not bad. All right, let's see if we can do this in 10. This is gonna be tough. All right, last one, here we go. Get some of my burnt sienna. Just drawing in this apple one last time. Okay. So I remember from last time, I would probably want to try and start the light side of the apple. Too light. A little more blue, touch of red. Still think I go a little darker. All right. A little more yellow and I think I'm set. Hold on. My canvas wasn't locked down. Restart that brush stroke, all right? There we go. And then all right, is there anywhere else I can go with this? Probably not. All right. Now, shadow side, I'm actually going to scrape a clean section. It's hard to get darks really dark when your color's all muddied up. I'm going to try and go a little darker. That I did darker than I did last time. Bring that, feather that out into there. All right, that's 2. Oh man. All right, what do I want to do now? Let's do the shadow. Pull that all the way up in there, that dark. That's kind of clever. And a lot of that paint mixed together. It's 3. All right, I feel like I need one good transition between light and dark. This is going to be interesting. All right. All right. That's not bad. What is that? 4. Light. Yeah. Light. Dark. Shadow. Okay. All right. We're gonna have to put in this background and get this. We got 4. All right, let me think. All right, let me get some burnt sienna, some yellow ochre. This is something I noticed I wanted to do last time. I want to do this reflected light a little bit different. Is that? It's close. you start with that, come in with lighter, so that is 5. All right, we got 5 more strokes, people. All right, let's get this background. Okay. Gonna have to cover a lot of ground here. Line up my brush. Okay. I'm gonna start over here. And then the last thing, let's see if I can pull it off. Oh, wow. Not bad. 6. Got 4 more. One I know I want to do. Darkest dark. This is always really helpful with still life, helps ground it. So I got 4 more. So 1. Back to this light. Go a little bit lighter. A little too light, but is that 7 or 8? That's 7. I like this color. All right, that's 8. Got 2 more. Gonna go right highlight, and then go slightly lighter. Pull in some of that. All right, 10 strokes. Phew. Man, fun exercise. Really get you thinking. Like I feel like I'm ready to paint something like a real thing now. But this is a great exercise. It's gonna teach you, kind of go over what the main thing it's gonna help you with. One is get you thinking about your brush work, not, you know, just being frivolous with your brush work, but communicating, like being efficient with it. Your brush pressure, like knowing when to go into other paint that's on the canvas and lightly like blend an edge, like when to work in the paint, when to not work in the paint, and just have more control and more thought. The more you do this, the better you're gonna get, the more you're gonna pick up on things. I haven't done this in like years, and it It's really surprising like how much I feel like I'm getting out of it now too. So, hope you enjoyed. Have fun painting.